If you run a website, have you ever imagined how a blind person can access your information? When we talk about accessibility, it means that everyone, regardless of their condition, should be able to access a service. And we've been doing it in the real world with ramps on buildings and paper form with larger fonts. So why is it so underdeveloped on the internet? Why is it not a core service of everyone designing websites? And why is there so few digital agencies focusing on getting things right when it comes to accessibility? Let's explore this today and why you should always consider it and how you can get started. Hey, welcome to this new edition of Digital Blitz, your short brief on everything UX, tech and compliance. I'm Sylvain Reiter and I'm here to help you succeed in digital by delivering better experiences for your team and your customers. So when I ask you to make your website more accessible, you're probably thinking about someone with a disability. And it's a valid point. More than a fifth of the population is affected with auditory, cognitive, motor, neurological, speech, or visual impairment. We speak so much about user experience and making things easy to use, but we often forget about the more extreme cases and the experience of blind users visiting a website, for example. But you also need to consider temporary disability. You might have broken your arm, or situational, like having a slow internet connection. So whatever the type of accessibility need one might have, it is very critical for everyone, whether you're planning, designing, or running a website, to consider it as a core pillar of each project. And to implement good accessibility on the internet, it really needs to be planned from the beginning and throughout the process. It's pretty impossible to retrofit it at the end. And this topic goes well with my channel's mission because it encompasses the whole process of designing and building products and digital solutions to make the internet a better place. And it really is everyone's job. Starting from the user experience and the usability in designing the features, the layout of the elements, the font size or color contrasts, the spacing of the element and the way you show the error messages. You need to put a big focus on the forms and navigation elements. Because one of the hidden benefits is that when you apply all those accessibility principles, it will also benefit your SEO and protect your brand experience overall. And it continues with the technology, obviously, the way you code the HTML or apply extra tags for screen readers. It starts with the alt tag to describe the images, or using captions on table and allowing keyboard navigation. And it all makes your code more compatible with assistive technologies for the blind or hearing impaired, for example. And it can get tricky with videos or widgets like Calendar Picker, but it's really important. And all of that is wrapped into compliance because it's the law with the Americans with Disabilities Act in ADA in the US, or the Equality Act in the UK, and the Web and Mobile Accessibility Directive in Europe. You just don't have a choice anymore. Mostly in the public sectors, but even now in the private corporation and private sectors, you just cannot take shortcuts anymore and create barriers for people with accessibility needs. On top of the potential fines, you really never want to have a bad PR campaign against your inaccessible website, don't you? To help define those standards, the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG, was created in 2008, and it defines 3 levels of compliance: A, AA, and AAA. And we tend to aim for AA compliance because it covers most of the common barriers for disabled people. And we can use online tools to validate the level of compliance and do more in-depth testing with actual users with special needs or experts, external experts, to ensure that our accessibility statement and platform is very accurate and optimized. It is very important for the web to be accessible to everyone in order to provide equal access and equal opportunities to people with disabilities. So next time you are part of a stand-up or you have to write a brief for a new website feature, please always keep accessibility in the back of your mind and raise it with your team to make sure it's implemented. We're members of the International Association of Accessibility Professionals and get trained at laboratories like the RNIB in the UK. So if you need support to embed accessibility in your next digital project or need to upgrade your existing systems, leave me some comments below or get in touch. You can watch more videos about accessibility and don't forget to subscribe to keep learning with me and grow your career in digital. Until next time, stay safe and see you soon.